As the human population grows, our interactions in ecosystems have had both positive and negative effects and impacts on biodiversity. In the exam, you might be asked to evaluate how human interactions in ecosystems affect biodiversity, and you need to be able to present both positive and negative effects. Scientists have therefore put in place programs to reduce the negative effects of humans on ecosystems and to maintain biodiversity. You need to be able to name some examples of these programs. So let's take a look at some. Actions include breeding programs for endangered species and schemes to protect and regenerate rare habitats. Probably the most well-known endangered species is the panda. Pandas are now classed as vulnerable, and their recovery has been in part due to major conservation efforts such as breeding programs. Sometimes this happens in zoos, for example Edinburgh Zoo, who borrowed a mate from a Chinese zoo for their panda. Examples of rare habitats include reefs, and habitats that have been damaged, for example by mining or intensive farming, are being protected, replanted, and generally regenerated. What other programs exist? Field margins and hedgerows are also being reintroduced in agricultural areas where farmers grow only one type of crop. Field margins are areas that are left to wildlife around crop fields, where wildflowers and hedgerows provide vital habitat for a lot of wildlife. This provides more habitat for organisms and leads to an increase in wildlife. However, for this to happen, farmers do have to give up some of their land that would otherwise be used for crops. What kinds of things are some governments doing? Some governments are taking steps to reduce deforestation and carbon dioxide emissions. Reducing deforestation increases biodiversity and also impacts carbon dioxide levels by locking it away. However, this decreases the amount of land available for farming, meaning that some locals may not be allowed to farm and make a living. Some governments are turning to renewable and sustainable energy resources, such as wind and solar energy, to reduce carbon dioxide emissions. Both of these things are fantastic, but what about waste management? We are also making efforts to reduce the amount of waste that's dumped into landfills. We're doing this by recycling more resources. Recycling means we both limit dumping waste and also have to use less of the Earth's resources, but this is labour-intensive and has its own cost. So if all of these help to maintain and improve biodiversity, why don't we immediately take all of these steps? All of these measures involve conflicting pressures on different areas of society, and they have to be carefully considered and evaluated. For example, these measures may be costly and limit income. They may also limit food production or slow down the development of some countries. You don't need to name specific pressures such as these, but you do need to evaluate them when you're given information in the exam.
Thanks for watching. If you want to take your GCSE revision to the next level, head over to launchpadlearning.com and check out our smart learning platform that's been designed to get you top results in your exams. We cover your whole specification and make revision fun with interactive quizzes, easy to follow videos and more. You'll be kept motivated by your own AI tutor who's here to support you every step of the way. To check it out for yourself, click here. Or click here to keep watching a selection of the videos from our full GCSE Biology course. See you there!